I've been watching and listening to hours and hours of your content, but struggle to put it into practice. Is it possible that I may unconsciously have become better at reading people as an improved instinct or gut instinct? Yeah, because you're learning all the time. You're learning all the time, especially if you're exposing yourself to information and sitting down. That's why I don't like getting all technical on these things and going deep into the neurological side or deep into the technical stuff. I can, and I do quite often. I've written a lot about that. I train all that. But here, we don't, who wants to know, you won't be able to remember. You will after a while be able to remember all those things, I'm sure. But to get the basics of what's really happening and what you see when you're out doing something, if you're not a cop or in the military or in law enforcement, things you're seeing, what does that mean? That's basically what we're looking at. Or what we're talking about here. I try to break it down as simply as possible, so it doesn't sound like all, technical and clinical, because it's easier to absorb that way. That's my take on it anyway. You're exposed to behavior all the time. You're exposed to different situations with people. So you're learning all the time. And the more you're exposed to information like I'm giving you, and the behavior panel, and Joe Navarro and Paul Ekman, and Jesus and those guys, everybody that are valid body language experts, man, you just being exposed to that, then you'll see it out somewhere and go, oh, I know what that is. So even though you may not be writing stuff down and say, I need to pay attention to this, and it may feel old after a while, once it starts feeling old, that's actually good, because you'll start seeing those things. They'll start popping out to you. And once you realize that's what you're seeing, and that you're seeing these behaviors that you've been learning about or hearing about, it's a whole new world. So warning, once that starts happening to you, you may go for a deep dive. You may never come out of it. You may never get out of it. I didn't. It started when I was a little kid. I've told that story on here. I never got out. I've been in for 50-something years, studying and learning about body language. So you're exposed to different things. So some things will stick and some things won't. Let me turn this phone off real quick. So some things will stick and some things won't. But the more you expose yourself to the information as you go out, the more natural it will feel like it comes to you, these things, and spotting behavior and understanding it, because you'll already be aware of it. And so your brain goes, oh, okay, I know what that is. I accept that. In other words, there's a lot of big terms that I need to explain that, which I'm going to do. So, yeah, that may be happening to you. You're probably learning, and you probably don't realize it. So don't get frustrated, because what you're feeling is good. That's good for you. That's a good place to be, because you've gathered a lot of information. It sounds like the same thing. A lot of it is, because in the world there's 7 songs and 10 jokes, and that's all for each one of those. There's a different version of each one of them. In body language, you're dealing with stress. In body language, you're dealing with when there's no stress, and everything that happens in between there. Is that person comfortable, or are they uncomfortable? What are we looking at? And why? What's happening? Can I make them feel that way? Did I say something by accident that makes them feel that way? As I watch these two people, what is that person saying that made that person do that behavior? And why is he doing that behavior to her when she looks like she's already happy, but he still looks like he's trying to explain something, or whatever the situation is? So, yeah,